All right. Let me just put a little text up there.
All right. So now you can't even be mad when you come in here and you're like, oh, I can't believe it.
It's right there. You can just look up and it says Dispatch
Dispatch
Spoilercast.
Spoilercast at the top of the screen.
Yeah. All right. So, Dispatch Spoilercast. What a excellent game.
What a great game.
What a great game.
What a great TV show that has little video game bits in it.
A little bit of a game bit, yeah. So so here's what I'm going to say is like, I feel like, Tales from the Borderlands, reminded me of like what I loved about The Walking Dead season 1, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, Wolf Among Us was really great too. You know, Batman was fun. It like as time went on, I feel like I love specific parts of that more than like the overall journey compared to the others. But you know, you kind of then have the shit that you completely forget about, like Game of Thrones. I don't think a single person remembered that there was a Game of Thrones Telltale game that existed. You know,
I didn't remember until you just told me.
There you go. Right. Which
is crazy because you would think that would fucking crush it.
So this is a strong harkening back to Telltale season 1 and to Walking Dead season 1, and it was fucking excellent. So that first session, solid bits. You know, I think I saw someone thinking that because when I was calling Blazer a psyop, I was calling Blazer a psyop. Yep. Class.
I would like to say
Yeah.
that I've been following little bits and pieces of what you said last week, and also the giggle, the growing in my chest.
Yeah.
As I heard you just wax poetic about what a psyop and how
she's a
the
Fed
secret agent, whatever.
No, okay.
Blazer is. Mm-hmm. As you just like totally fell for what I would call an anti-twist that is villainous piece of shit is actually human garbage all along.
Right.
The in my chest, dude.
So the reason why I bring it up is because I think it's worth clarifying that when I'm going, she's a psyop, I'm not saying I think she's a traitor to the team that's secretly a villain. That's not what I was getting at. I was getting at this is a, like, attractive, like, hot girl that immediately is, like, showing up and, like, leaning in for the kiss right off the bat in a Telltale-style game. There will be humongous consequences right away for going with this. So she's the first thing you get in the episode 1 is like it's too much, like it's too perfect, you know? There's no way that you're going to lean into that and not have something blow up some way somehow in your face. That's pretty much it. That's what I meant. Mm-hmm. It's bait. Because these games are meant to fucking come back on you in these moments. But yes, I think in the end, after seeing, did you play with QTEs on or off?
I played with them on and it was completely pointless.
Yeah, okay. Because I saw the preview for what those were, and it definitely felt like it would be distracting. I don't know, like
completely pointless.
Mm-hmm. Nice that they were an optional thing that you could turn off, so that made for a better experience. In terms of control wise, I did find, and this is just I think it's a problem with, like, again, it's another sort of setup thing, but like I liked hacking with the controller and I needed the mouse to click on dispatch things quicker, you know? So like I wanted to use the mouse to get right as I'm waiting for that timer to just run out. I want the mouse for those moments, and then I want a controller to go through the grid. But I think having a keyboard would help you go through the grid just fine as well. But I'm on the couch, so we're in that situation again, you know?
I controllered my way through it and didn't. I think I had like 2 misclicks.
Okay.
Throughout the 8 episodes, but I was pretty fucking mad when I got those misclicks.
Yeah. I was really like, there was a couple of them where I was like on trying to get a just frame answer the call. You know,
come on, man,
because somebody else is about to come off of
that's
rest.
real life. You're trying to spread yourself too thin,
right? And it worked out. I did manage to, with the mouse, get a couple of clutch calls at the last possible second, you know? So yeah, I overall, I think I think the worst one I had was like two botched calls and like one miss or so. So overall, they went more or less okay.
So if you did quite well on it, that means you also had the experience that I did, where you just completely missed out on like a very cool experience during the final dispatch.
Oh, if you fuck up?
No, if you do too well.
What happens?
So on the final dispatch. Oh, so you got on the final dispatch. If you're crushing it, Blonde Blazer never shows up.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't crushing it that hard then.
Oh, God damn it. What the fuck? I stopped. That was what I was describing to you a couple weeks ago, where I'm like, cool, I skipped part of the final boss again.
Oh,
I was like muddling through the dispatch calls, and the only one I truly crushed was the last one. And turns out that's the only one in the whole game that has a cool event.
It's so
associated with it.
It's so hype when it happens, yeah, and especially because she's coming off of that amazing scene in the bar.
Oh, it's the best scene in the whole game.
She's so good in the bar. Like, damn, you have that moment of Shroud being like, okay, now that's a fucking superhero. Like, you gotta give it up. Yeah, that was fucking great. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, so there was the overall. So this is one of those things too, where again, replacing walking around the office with like this little like management time thing or whatever.
Much better. It's
a
much better decision.
So much fun. Yeah.
I would actually prefer like an endless mode or some shit with this.
Mm-hmm.
Something arcade mode.
I definitely thought about, like, I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind going back in right now and just getting a couple more for sure. That was cool. So I'm curious about some of the places where we departed on our choices, because I'm sure, you know, there, besides the obvious, I'm sure there were some that like played out fully differently, but I'm wondering if any of the choices were so different that we got entirely new scenes, you know? Is it the type of Telltale situation where, like, because I was, for example, wondering, I was like, oh, if you choose to go on to the date with Phenomenon and Blazer, does a location change occur that you otherwise don't get to?
No.
And then I found out no.
That was my first question.
Yeah.
That was my first question after I beat that episode.
Yeah. And it turns out no, because in the comics you learn about what happened there. So I go, oh, they wouldn't have illustrated this if you would have access to that scene, you know? So you get the branches that ultimately still steer you back towards variants of the same scenes, it seems like.
Yeah, no, because of the way that it's built, I really got the feeling that there wasn't going to be a massive amount of like actual divergence. Like that the diamond was at the choice diamond was actually like much smaller, and that what you would essentially get was like bits of scenes that were snipped or extended, or have Coupe or there instead of Charlie. I can't remember his name. I just called him Charlie the whole fucking
Sonar. I called him Charlie too. But Sonar. So who did you go with on that one?
Charlie.
You cut Charlie.
No.
You catch Charlie. You cut Coop.
Yeah,
okay.
He turns into a bat. And you can do both. That's crazy.
So for me, it was strictly like I just put him through flight school. I just wasted a level up on him. There's no reason for this to fucking. But
also, like for me, and the way I was building my guys, like Coop, like I don't need another fast attack hero. I already have Flambe. Like that is like the exact same niche.
Yeah, and I was like, man, fuck Flambe. I don't want to use this asshole, you know. And it's like, oh,
he's super good.
He's good.
He's actually like maybe the second best character in the game,
and he's high up on that list. You know, hey, I mean, it managed to work until it was like, nah, you got to use him now. And the game was like,
who's your MVP?
My MVP was Golem.
Yes, he was
Unstoppable. He's so strong.
Oh my god!
He's so strong. It's ridiculous.
You pick the skill where he just fills the whole team.
Fill the gap.
I didn't fail one mission in the entire game that I did that on.
It's unbelievable. It's so busted. It's so busted. Who did you go with for the new member?
I went Phenomenon.
Oh, okay. I went Waterboy.
I needed Space Alien Harry Dubois on the gang, man. I needed it.
I needed Project Gyarados.
Yeah.
That was, we initiated Project Gyarados.
You're right. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah. He's another healer. You know, I built out his int because I didn't want Charlie to be the only one.
He is straight up better. By the end of the game.
You gotta build him right though. Yeah, I really liked Waterboy, you know, the whole time, and but I think
Joel Haver does a great job as Waterboy. Very happy to see Joel get like a proper video game acting credit.
And I think I'm curious because I'm like cutting Coop. I'm like, how the fuck does the obvious payback then work out where you have a goofy Batman, Man-Bat, being intimidated?
Man-Bats most of the time.
I'm assuming he's got to be monster mode because there's no way he could be intimidating in stupid, you know, fucking crypto mode, you know. But that was one of those moments too where, you know, when the time comes and it's like, okay, are we gonna fire Vizzy, right?
No.
So that is like, they bring up a point in that moment where it's like, you've cut people for less, which is the classic Telltale, right?
No, you did, Blonde. You did, bitch.
Exactly. The game puts it on you, and you're like, oh fuck, right? Now it's got to come back on you, and you got to eat that shit. And everyone is like right for being like,
I didn't do that shit.
So then you have to look at this moment and go, oh shit, am I going to be a hypocrite? Because also the whole team is against at this point and is well willing to make the cut happen. And you got to go, wait, hold on a minute, right? Yes, this is a ridiculous thing to, you're super a hypocrite if you don't fire her here, but then you stand on what you did before. But that just means you fucked up before. And that was that was uncalled for, right? Mm-hmm. And so knowing that and calling that out right there, it's like a good preparation so that when it comes back on you towards the end, you're like, yeah, you should not have been fired, actually. That was fucked up. We shouldn't have done that. That was absolutely the wrong call. I
did not do that. I was like, guess I made the right decision, you fucking psycho.
Nah. I looked at that as like, we were wrong for that, and this is crazy to then put this as the new standard, you know?
Yeah.
So the bits in the second session, on the actual gameplay, so I started going really slow because I think the first time around I was trying to interpret those words correctly, and I made some initial wrong guesses. So I was like, okay, no, wait, hold on, what does this word actually mean? And in that, those dispatch sections took longer than they needed to. Yeah, and you know, I ultimately am looking at them going like, okay, I can understand where some of this annoyance is coming from. There's that.
What?
And
hold on. Let me make a thread about it.
There you go. Did you make it?
I did.
Yeah, and then the Mecha Man choice, of course, where that's another one where I'm like, I'm looking at that situation going, I thought Flambe would I thought the fighting with Flambe at this point would like fuck up the synergy. I just misread what that actual decision was. So how did it play out for you?
I told them, and they all showed up at the next test, and they all took bets on whether or not it would blow up.
Okay.
It went, and then the scene at Robert's apartment made way more sense than it would have otherwise.
Yeah, because then Malevola is like, she's standing there hearing the secret and then going, wait, what, afterwards? And like, you were right there. They didn't plan for this to be a part of the game. They clearly didn't expect that.
Listen, Woolie, all that needs to be said about telling people whether or not you are or are not Mecha Man is that sometimes it's not time to just talk. Sometimes it's time to just be quiet and lie.
Again, I looked at that as like, this is probably not the, I looked at that and went like, not yet, because this could fuck up the synergy with the team is all I thought, and misread on that. I definitely.
Well, here's the thing. I think you like overestimated what that game was capable of.
But I'm also, so this is one of those bits where, like, again, you could jump into my brain for a second here, but like everyone going like, oh, that's a lie, where I'm like, is it?
It's a lie of omission.
Because I didn't,
by definition.
Because I was so surprised by everyone calling that a lie at all, because I'm like, that's not what that read as to me. In the sense that, like, when I was looking at it, when I was looking at it, I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to fuck up the synergy right now, like, is what I thought. And then the game's play on that ends up being actually more sound in a way, where it goes, hey, when you go, I'm Robert, you're trying to, it makes a point to go, hey, don't dwell on the past, it's about who we are now, to a team of villains. So it actually makes a better reasoning version than what I was initially thinking.
So it's complicated, right? So the I'm Robert speech is solid. And in that exact moment, he is telling the truth. However, that truth is then reversed into a lie of omission in the first scene of episode 5, where he's back in the fucking suit trying to get it to work.
And the thought,
so like, it's this really weird thing where it's not a lie of omission when you make it, but the next scene determines it to be a lie of omission, because it means that Robert didn't actually mean any of that shit. And then the other bit too is, yeah, again, like I heard what Vizzy said right before, but again, I just didn't, I don't know, I wasn't piecing it. But I think like what I was like, well, I know we're working on the suit in the background, so clearly this game is leading us to a place where he's not going to show up in the suit out of nowhere, but I'm definitely going to get back in the suit, because there's enough breadcrumbs showing us that that's going to happen. Because if this game doesn't end with me getting back in the suit,
what the fuck am I playing for?
This game gets a 0 out of 10 for being a piece of shit.
So I know that's coming. So I'm just like, oh, should I blow up and have a fight with Flambe right now? Nah,
yes.
let's not. That's all that I read that decision as right now. That's I saw what I saw it as. We had our bar fight. Do I blow up and have a fight with Flambe?
Fucking imagine.
You know?
I can imagine if you didn't get into the fucking suit.
That would be psychotic. So yeah, so there's that bit. There was the other bit where so with Chase, like,
I'm so glad that they realized how far in advance you could call that shot. He was explaining his powers in episode 1 and why he was old, and I'm like, this is gonna happen, and then 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 all that shit happened, and then he survived, and I was like, oh, you actually got me. You actually got me by just not following through on the most obvious possible thing.
You've got one run left. How are you gonna use it? Yeah. And the timing on that too, where like, because he, like, while he's making his point, as a hero of sacrifice, right? As you learn.
Oh yeah, I even called out what episode it would occur in.
Wow, damn. Okay.
Because it's set up so obviously.
Yeah. So he's somebody.
And you have to have the episode where everyone's sad about him.
Right. So he's, as somebody who's, everything he did was sacrifice, like with his powers and his life. You get where he's coming from when he's like yelling at Vizzy, but like he's going way over the top. He's getting drunk and going out of pocket on it, and that's where it's just like, dude, like, not like that. Like,
so it makes sense though, because like he's a guy who was a proper real ass hero.
Yes.
For real.
Yes.
And he had his heroism ability taken from him due to like a fucking act of God level of circumstance.
Yep.
Meanwhile, he's dealing with people who are legit ass career criminals who are given a second chance just to do it.
Just to do it, right? Exactly. So the weight he's carrying, where he's coming from, it makes perfect sense why he would feel that way and why he'd be like, nah, fuck these villains though, right? He doesn't, and like that anger is coming from exactly where you described. Plus, when you go read the comics, which I only did afterwards, and you see the death of Mecha Man, right? You're looking at a scene where, because the original Mecha Man looked at Shroud and was like, you don't pass the vibe check on being a hero. I just don't. You can tell, can't you? And then at the time, Chase was like, hey man, lighten up. It's fine. And then it wasn't fine. Right? So he's going to be like, oh shit, the last Mecha Man looked at Shroud and went, yeah, I don't feel it from him. He's still a villain and he shouldn't be here. And then it backfired in his face and he lost his friend because of it. So he's carrying that, looking at Vizzy and anyone else that's a villain going, fuck you, I don't trust you. He's still holding that. So you know where that part's coming from based on reading the comics as well. So I'm like, I get where the dominoes fall into place and how they fall into place, but I'm still just like, I just because I understand where you're coming from doesn't mean the way you went about this correct, getting loaded up and fucking going all in. But I understand how we got here. It doesn't make it okay, but I get it,
I think that final comic, The Death of Mecha Man, does such a great job of recontextualizing a lot of the story.
What a bitch.
So you meet
what
Shroud,
a bitch,
and
dude.
Shroud is like 10 out of 10 cool.
Confidence.
Robot, fucking evil,
making calculations,
cloak,
forge,
calm, collected, knows what's going on, has all the moves. Everybody's working for him. He's incredible. And then you run into him in the bar and he's just some old guy. And it brings him down to your level. Like he's just some fucking guy. But then he puts all that shit on and he tells the scary story about how he shot your dad and all this shit. And then the end of the game, and then you find out, oh, he's actually a bitch loser and he's a liar. Like that whole story about how he shoots his dad. No, dude, you just came through a doorway and said, "What's up, bang?"
Yeah. Takes the shot and then it fucking fumbles. There's a Chase fucking grabs him, but it's not fast enough, and then he can't outrace the bullet. Complete bullshit. And then you've got to tell that after the fact is how much of a badass you are. Your origin story as a villain, and then also it means that hard ass Mecha Man was completely right. You did fail the vibe check. You were a huge bitch, and you fucking choked on step one after not getting what you thought you wanted. Immediately, grab the gun. It's amazing how the comic recontextualizes that shit. I love the also the bit where if Phenomenon is your Superman, Blazer is also not a Superman, therefore she's a Shazam, right? She's a Captain Marvel,
she's magic. Juggernaut.
Sure, whatever the case, but yeah,
I got a magic rock.
Mm-hmm. Good bit there. There was a moment where the text messaging popping up on screen, there were things like that where I'm like, I'm just not reading fast enough, and I couldn't keep up, and then the wrong choice went through, and I redid that. But that whole build up, yeah. Even for something where you're like, stuff of this in this is predictable and stuff in it is not. I just like, as far as the team of misfits go, it's just fun hearing their banter back and forth, and then when shit gets real, the obvious bitch you're blind forever. I
think about bitch you're blind
it's
forever.
So horrifying. It's so
she
fucked
blinded
up.
Me temporarily. No,
bitch, what the fuck you mean temporary? That's so horrifying, and that energy carrying through on all those characters is phenomenal. You want a team of just absolutely hilarious, goofy people like that, to just spend time hanging out with, and you want to spend more time with them. That's why I'm I'd love a season 2. I'd love more of this, and to see where this goes. Because as a show, this would have been a fun show, but
absolutely.
But as a game, it's standing out in the space, louder than an animated superhero show would have. I think it would have fallen back, with other superhero shows and gotten compared to Invincible more so. But it would have been a, hit or miss. Some people tune in, some people don't. Whereas as a game, it's like much more like, yo, go fucking play this,
I have one complaint, and it's about Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Robert feels a little bit too much like guy with the drive jacket in his closet, like audience member, like guy playing the game who imagines himself to be the new main character of Blade Runner or Drive or whatever.
Oh, you mean the Western equivalent of a visual novel with a high school student?
He feels like a fucking like a Western isekai protagonist.
Oh, the most insert. Oh, you are Robert. We are Robert. Insert yourself into that. You're a normal guy that can pilot the mecha real cool. Yeah. I feel it.
I saw people saying this, and I have difficulty fighting it, but it like Twilight for guys. It kind of hits.
I'm
just a normal guy, and all the girls at the superhero agency want my penis and tell me about their sex dreams with me.
So we know
what?
We know why these stories are told in this way and why this is a thing. I just wish definitely that more stories set up your cast the same way, but then just put the camera inside of someone else, right? Mm-hmm. You're making archetypes and then you're making them in relation to the main character, but then just make the main character someone else. That's a wild but fun choice to do. I love when things do that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't happen often enough, let them, and he is his own person with his own,
absolutely.
Bits, but yeah, I know exactly what you're describing as he walks in and everything just happens to him. There was I fucking love me some double text, so the entirety of that last fight was super dope.
Oh yeah, everybody's working together, good, synergized, perfect.
Then there was that last choice with the doohickey, and I looked at it. So did you give him both?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I looked at it and was like, and I think I just auto completed like give him and don't give him, and then there was the both up top, and I went, we can't fucking risk beef. You can't risk any version of this playthrough where beef dies. That's insane. That's
mentality was
unacceptable.
My mentality was basically, I'm not going to risk beef.
Mm-hmm.
He's an adorable little guy. And I'm going to give him what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
By the letter of the law.
By the letter of the law. Right. Yeah. It was a like yes, left, right, no type sitch.
There's a real nice thematic core to that, where Mr. I know all the odds is forced to deal with the fucking pure coin flip and just loses his shit.
Right. I know, because I heard about when you do that like essentially the odds, you gotta deal with 50-50, and what can you do about that? Yeah, create a new thread, exactly. I mean, look, listen. All I'm gonna say there is, they popped up and I saw, and I got about as far as hey, remember when Woolie told that story about the car accident where someone was driving and then they suddenly I told them they went past the wrong stop,
game, dog.
So they drove off and then they got into the car accident. Is it possible that Woolie was lying and that he was the driver and that he was being indecisive and that's what actually happened?
The story of when you were like 5 years old.
I was not 5. I was a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
But
were you driving?
No. So I just that, like, I got about as far as that comment as, did I lie about being the driver in the car accident story I told? And that specific level of insanity, I'm like, okay, that's a good time to just ignore that and go play with my daughter. And I did.
Woolie, are you crashing cars and then making up stories to deflect from your bad video game choices?
It is, like, that is the wild, it is, you know, as far as your straw man goes, that is the wildest, most extreme insane. But I saw that and was like, good time to go play with the kid.
Yeah, I actually did see that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did see that, and I started the stream that I was doing that day about, like, hey, I started off like this, like, hey guys, can I add something to the Woolie Dispatch discourse? I have some complaints to make. And then I said, Uno reverse, stop it. You're all mentally ill. Stop being so mentally ill.
Okay. Just,
I'm mentally ill, but I'm not being this mentally ill.
Because for every discussion, whatever the feelings were, you know, from the range of valid to invalid, that was the most insane thing I have fucking ever. I was like, wow, we're at this level. Okay. We're on the armchair, we're fucking sitting behind me, and we're going into the childhood. But anyways, that is a fucking amazing return to Telltale style games after I skipped out on the final chapter of the last one. And, you know, Telltale exhaustion was something that I don't think we said, but I felt, and it kept me. I didn't play the last Clementine story. I don't know how it ends, you know, and
I also did not, because that third season was terrible.
It bums me out. I cared so much, and I loved those characters. And Clementine is a really competent child character in these things, was like great when she was great, but yeah, I was so over it, you know, by the time we got here. So this kind of coming out and being a real fun return to form was excellent. I fucking loved it.
I hope they are able to put out anything more faster than this, because this game's been cooking for a long time.
Speed of rendering, I guess. I mean, you know, but also it's nice too that, like, okay, because it's a Critical Role joint, like, heavy emphasis on voice acting, on delivery, on subtitle colors, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, from what they said, essentially they're going to be making a Critical Role project next, and they're currently discussing ideas for season 2. So it would be a slam dunk. I mean, obviously.
I just want to give a shout out to whoever the fuck wrote down in the same scene Cardi C and Nicki Minaj. That's fucking A+.
Yeah. A+. Yeah. That's great. Again, now to go back and see the uncensored fucking dongers and cheeks out.
They're all over.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over. You see, they were like, oh, I wish we wouldn't have cut the sex scenes. I'm like, what the fuck did you cut? This is the stuff that's in there.
I definitely feel like okay, for something that was going to be a show, it does. I guess it's not as practical to want different scenes or different massive variations on outcomes. It would have been nice, all kidding aside, with the whole, like, you get Vizzy or Blazer, pick one. Like, it all, like, Malevola aside, it would have been nice if, like, that was a more open thing, you know, in general with the cast.
You could also pick nothing.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I don't know if this is one of those cases where the more you look into it, the more you can see your choices don't fucking matter. But I get the feeling probably, you know.
There was somebody, I forget their name. I'm sorry, guy, but they were going through. It was Nidafurin. It was Nidafurin. I remember. They were going through dispatch and like, let's see what the fuck happens if you just fail every call.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Wow. Silent Robert is not a weirdo.
The only thing that happens is if you fail the hacking stuff with Vizzy, because that means you're not supporting her.
Okay.
And that points to the invisible invisible girl fucking turns evil threshold.
Okay. Yeah, so once people explained to me that, like, actually it's point thresholds, and you do good and do bad, and once you cross that threshold you're going to be okay. I do say that is, I like that better than you crushed it and then you made the wrong coin flip or you made the wrong binary decision or so. Of course, following the themes mean you should be able to follow along and make the correct canon decisions, of course. But regardless, I do think that the threshold thing does work better for these types of games. But yeah, I guess a little more variation, where possible on some of those things would be welcome. I had another complaint,
Here's the
but
problem.
I forgot.
They can only
right
do
now.
like lots of variation when they're like, this is the last season. Right?
Because then you have to stick with it afterwards, and
you gotta have you have to have some push towards a cohesive whole.
Then you get Mass Effect. Yeah. Then you get the beginning of my part 3 is nothing like the beginning of your part 3. Yeah, so that was great.
I'm sad.
That was great. Fuck, I had one other thing that bugged me, but unfortunately I just don't remember right now, so that'll be it.
I will say the QTEs are terrible, except for one very specific QTE in the bar fight. When they snap that dude's chicken arms.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to push in both sticks
nice.
to the center, and it's really good.
Solid bit.
Also, shout out to Chair Golem and Glass the bartender.
Glass him Redux for reals was wonderful. And the chair bit tells me, I'm like, this is so self-aware, right? There's no way to look at that and be like, nah, that's just a coincidence. Those two being deliberately like fucking like joke misleading is great. And Glass him in particular immediately into, oh, it's not so funny anymore. Like I was in the middle of laughing at Glass him showing up for real, and then, oh no. Your shroud, your final bit.
What do you mean my final bit?
How did you finish him off, or what was your?
I killed his ass. I strangled his shit.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And everyone was like really disappointed, and I'm like, nah, fuck that.
No.
And then the ending slides are like, man, nobody killed Shroud, even if they said they were going to. I'm like, y'all are pussies.
No. Had to go. I didn't feel good about it, but he had to go. That's just, you don't. That you can set up for your Batman
rule.
He held a
gun on my tiny ugly dog.
You can set up for your Batman rule here, but I'm just like this does not work. Nuh-uh. And
also, it's really hypocritical because like a bunch of those people in that bar fight fucking died.
Oh yeah, and these villains on the Z team has body counts, like for real. Like it's quite clear. You're seeing the Bat fucking just munching on people. But yeah, no, like you fucking John Wick rules apply. Did you get over here or Spirit Bomb?
Oh fuck! I did the get over here.
What was it?
I fucking can't remember.
Okay,
the action scenes don't hit me nearly
register.
As much as,
okay,
like,
I did the Spirit Bomb because I'm just like fucking get Kamehameha, But yeah, the get over here, someone said it like it's a big punch or something to that effect.
I was really bummed out that like Shroud's fucking master plan was I'm gonna attack you with a big robot.
At the end of all things, yeah.
He's a genius. He's got everything figured out. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna attack you with a bigger robot. Oh fuck.
Apparently, if you spare him, he like shits and pisses and vomits all over the place and slips in it, and it's just a huge, super embarrassing, the worst possible thing without dying happened to him type of fail. So it's like if you want to really dunk, you spare him and you get to feel superior about that too, or something to that.
Nah, for me, it's not even about like being superior. It's about you're talking about when you give him the 50-50.
Oh,
you give him the 50-50. He chooses it wrong, which is what happened.
Okay.
And then every single person attached to him starts vomiting all over themselves.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't do it because I was like, revenge for my dad or whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. I did it because like, you just have to go away forever. Mm-hmm. I don't want to talk to you again.
You can stop existing. That's it. We're done. Cool. Damn it. I'm scraping, but it's gone. So
also he shot my girlfriend. Oh my God.
There was that happened too. Oh, how about the fucking brunette blazer upgrade? How about that shit? That's That is not a depower. That is an upgrade.
I think I couldn't. I thought it was so funny how she looks like almost exactly the same. She just doesn't have blonde hair.
Super Saiyan.
Like, it's so funny.
Super Saiyan deactivated. Yeah. It's kind of amazing.
Like, I thought she was gonna turn into like a mousy brunette with like fucking swirly glasses.
Not even, but it's just like, oh, she's not like the blonde bombshell. Oh, suddenly more attainable. No. Anyway, that was I like that little bit with the gem as well. That was solid. So, cool. All right, that'll do it.